And I remember the day came, I was helping with Beth Israel, and when Gary Selman, those who know, he asked me, and I said, Gary, I'll help you with the ministry until God leads me out, because he fulfills the calling, because he called me, gave me a very specific call to ministry, so I'll help you in the meantime until the ministry comes. He said, okay, I'll take that. So I did, and I helped out, And then the day came, a few years later, the day came where I was sick. I got a call, and I came home, and my mother said, at that time, this Gary Selman's calling you. I said, really? He said, yeah, he called like 3 times. I said, Gary Selman called 3 times? That's kind of strange. He doesn't usually do that. He said, I have to meet you. I said, oh, I'm sick, Gary. He said, no, you have to come. So I came, we met in a diner, and I remember, and I didn't eat. He ate French fries. I didn't eat anything. And he says, I'm asking you, he said, the one who was leading it is leaving, and I'm asking you to lead Beth Israel. And at that time, it was an outreach, about 30 people, and I said, Gary, I said, Beth Israel was in the meantime for the ministry. I said, I'd be here, I'd help you until the ministry. He said, maybe it is the ministry. Well, I said, it turned out it would be. It was there all the time. Sometimes what you think you're doing until the ministry turns out to be the ministry. Sometimes what you think you're doing outside the ministry turns out to be your ministry. We got to minister anyway. That's the whole point. And it turns out, look, God honored it. He didn't want me to see it. He wanted me just to be faithful in the meantime. The meantime turns out to be the main thing. And then God honored that. Serve him anyway. Be faithful in little, you'll be faithful in much. In Zechariah, it talks about, it says in that day of the kingdom, it says even the cooking pots will have the words, Kadosh Ladonai, holy unto the Lord. Now, what's about that? Well, those are the words that go on the crown of the high priest, but it says in the day of the kingdom, it's going to be even on your cooking pots, saying that even though the littlest mundane thing of your life is going to be as holy as the high priest's thing. And everything, when you cook, do it unto the Lord. Holy. That means everything you do, when you see, when you don't see, do it unto the Lord. Again. So I'm serving the Lord. I didn't see the ministry, but I was in it. And then God honored it at that diner. We spoke. I said, Gary, I got to pray about this. I go out of my car. I turn on the radio. I still remember it. I'm in the parking lot of the Westwood Diner. I turn it on, and I hear a guy on the radio named Phil Goebel who says, and this you would almost never hear this on Christian radio, but at the moment I turned on, he says, and the lips of the Kohanim must preserve knowledge, and men shall seek wisdom from his speech. I said, Kohanim, what is that? I've never heard that on Christian radio, but it was that moment that he happened to be sort of messianic, and he said, Kohanim. And I remember drawing and saying, Lord, it's amazing. I said, this thing wouldn't mean anything to me. I mean, a little thing, it wouldn't mean much. But that I came to Messiah, now it has meaning. Now, the only way, how could I ever minister except in Messiah? I mean, only you, Jesus, could make it actually have meaning, that it actually is fulfilled. It says in the New Testament that many of the Kohanim came to the Lord, the gospel, Messiah. See, the thing about Messiah is he redeems the life you were meant to live. He saves you, but he redeems you. So not only did he just save you out of the fire and, okay, hang out until we see each other again, he redeems you. Meaning he takes exactly what you were meant to be from your mother's womb and he makes it come true. He didn't come to throw away your life, he came to redeem it. And he didn't come to make you something else that you are not made to be. He made you to be you, who you were supposed to be in the first place. That you weren't, and now you are to be. You follow him, the more you follow him, the more you are serious with him, the more you inherit that who you are. It says that he fulfills prophecy. He's the one who fulfills prophecy, but that same word is used to say he fulfills people too in the same way he fulfills prophecy. Meaning not only does he fill you up, but it's like your life is waiting to be fulfilled until the moment you take it in. It doesn't matter who you are, you become more you in him. You become who you are in him. He fulfills. So there, in that, now the first time I went to Israel, or I did a tour with Beth Israel, and I remember we went this one time Couldn't find it now. I mean, I know where it was, but I don't think it's there anymore. But I remember we went in to a place where they were keeping the models of the temple. And there was a lady there who was showing the Christians around. It was our group and other people and this big crowd, and they were just in there, and she's showing them all the temple models, and she's speaking with such passion of the temple that's going to be rebuilt. She's going on and on. And then at one point, I'm just standing in the crowd. She stops and she says, "You're a Kohen." And I said, yes. I thought she said, "How do you know that?" And I said, "Well, my name." She said, No. She said, "How did I know that?" I said, "Wow." We're all looking at each other. This is an Orthodox Jew. There's a hush. And at the end, I come up to her. I said, "Do you do this often?" And she says, "No, this has never happened before." And then she said, she wanted to know if I was from America or I was with a group of the believers or I was from Israel. I said, "I'm with them." And she says, "I'm very upset," and walks away. See, her dilemma was something came over her. I mean, this is if you're a Baptist, God can do anything, okay? Doesn't matter. God could do anything. Well, God can do. He can come up. He can make anything and do it. So she identified me as a Cahn. So therefore, she had the dilemma, because if I'm a believer, then why would the Spirit of God say he's a priest if he's following a false Messiah, unless it's a true Messiah? Why would the Spirit of God do that? God brought me to Israel and had me go to that place where they're the keeper of the temple to do that, because that had something to do with what I was born to do, and so with you. There is a calling, there is a destiny. There only by following God can you find it, and the more you follow him, the more you go there.
To find out how you can receive more of Jonathan's teachings, to receive special free gifts, or get in touch, go to hopeoftheworld.org or call toll-free 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's hopeoftheworld.org or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821. You can also get more at Jonathan Cahn's Facebook page or write us direct at Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA. Hope of the World is dedicated to the goal of spreading God's Word and salvation to every land and people. We do this by spreading the Word throughout the world and sponsoring compassion projects to the most poor and needy around the earth. To get in touch or have a part in God's work, just write to Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA. Or go to hopeoftheworld.org or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821.